Welcome to episode 12 of Teach Me Tiger podcast.
Okay,
sing it again. Slowly.
Oh, baby, you got what I need. You say he's just a friend, and you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. And you say he's just a friend. You say he's just a friend. Wow.
Hi, Tiger. Teach me, Tiger, how to kiss you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Help me, Tiger. I don't know what to do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take my lips, they belong to you. But teach me first, teach me what to do.
Hi, you guys.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to Teach Me Tiger podcast.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, fuck.
Hey, guys. Welcome to Teach Me Tiger, the show where we bring in our smartest, most experty pals to find out just what they know. We're your favorite neighbors, Melody Starkweather.
And Sarah Wright.
Thanks for joining us.
So, Melody.
So, here's that baby pod bombing.
Baby spirit. It's a baby spirit in the podcast. Ooh.
The podcast is haunted.
Haunted by a baby. Yeah, if anyone knows any great babysitters out there who wants to come and fucking sit my baby while I do my podcast?
You know, if you'd like to support the podcast, a great way would be to offer Sarah free babysitting for her
please.
very adorable infant.
He's so cute.
We'll give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Sponsors, future sponsors.
Oh, speaking of sponsors, we're proud to say we have our very first official sponsor. It's a lovely local company, Purest Gluten-Free.
Sarah can't eat gluten, so this is the only kind of snack that we can have.
Yeah, and they're great because I can't really eat anything, and they're not only gluten-free, but they're allergen-free.
Amazing.
So I like to say they're GFAF.
Oh.
Right? Double entendre. Do you get it, guys? Gluten-free, allergen-free, gluten-free as fuck. GFAF. Damn.
Got it. Purest, gluten-free, baby. You can find them online at www.purest.ca. That's PUREST.ca. And you can order all of their amazing #GFAF products, including their world-famous chocolate fudge brownie mix. It is so good.
Snack sponsors.
They're snack sponsors.
So, Melody.
Hey, yes.
How was your week? What have you been up to this week?
So last time we recorded, I was in week 2 of family visits. And so I had family here for a few weeks. The visits were great, though. Good to see everybody. We're definitely enjoying having our space back to ourselves, but we really enjoyed visiting with my mom and my sister and brother-in-law and my brother. But yeah, my week was that. So I've just been chilling out the last couple of days and starting to get ready for Blue Skies Music Festival, which is local. We're in the Ottawa Valley in Eastern Ontario, Canada. And this is a festival that's been going on, for like 40 years or something, Sarah?
Even more, maybe, I think.
50?
Older than me. So
And
forever.
I've been going since high school.
Oh my God.
I'm going to have kids this year without my husband, so...
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, getting ready for the festival, and I wanted to share a hack that my sister shared with me. My sister lives in Seattle, and so some of her friends, when they took their kids to like one of the women's marches out there, they wrote their kids' contact info on the inside of their forearm in permanent marker, and I thought that was so smart. So I'm going to do something like that at Blue Skies, and also
That's
I
brilliant.
dyed my kids' hair manic panic colors, and so they'll be easy to spot in a crowd also.
That's so fucking smart. You know, and if you don't, okay, listen. Here's the hack to the hack. What you've done is the best way, I think.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Thanks.
And the marker right on the skin is the best way, because then it doesn't matter if they get undressed or whatever. They're still marked.
Cell block C.
Cell block C. But I know some parents are going to be like, I'm not putting permanent marker on my precious child's skin. So I get it. That's cool too. What I suggest, what I've done in years past, because it never occurred to me to write on them, which I'm going to from now on, is I brought a roll of duct tape and a permanent marker, and every morning I would just put the duct tape on the back of their shirts with all the contact info and the campsite.
Okay.
Like the Blue Sky site we were staying at. Another great hack, if you don't want to dye your kids' hair, I suggest all the kids you are in charge of wear matching clothes. It doesn't even have to be like, the same thing, but like matching, like all your kids are in red. So fucking look for the red. Also, just so everyone knows, everyone usually has an IKEA close by. IKEA sells these badass safety vests for like nothing, for like $4 or something. And they're fluorescent yellow. They're really light fabric. And they have reflective tape on them. And you can get them in like baby to adult sizes.
Wow.
So I've used those for my kids during hunting season. I've used them when we've gone to like big events. And I've even tied them to my dog. Like fashioned one as a little vest for my dog during hunting season. But they can be really, really helpful in those situations as well.
Smart.
Yeah. Don't lose your kids.
Wow. What about your week, Sarah? How was your week?
It was great. We went on our first ever annual family vacation. So we thought we were going to this beautiful campground. It's called Skycroft. And on their website, you can see each individual like campsite.
Right.
And they have like a map, and they're like, we have extensive like hiking trails. Like, please stay on the trail because you can get lost. And the pictures are of like these just heavily wooded, beautiful, like there's grass on the ground. There's, trees everywhere and not a soul in sight. Really, really woodsy camping. But also within walking distance of the site, they had a play structure and a beach. So that sounded great for us. I was like, you know what? It's camping, but also there's like a play structure, which is helpful. Yeah. And so we were able to rent/borrow a friend's little pop-up camper trailer tent, which was super fucking awesome.
Nice.
And then we got there.
Oh, what happened?
Melody, it was a derelict trailer park.
Didn't someone recommend it to you, though?
Yes.
Had they been?
I think so. I think they weren't sure what it was that we were looking for. Maybe.
Right.
Definitely not an outdoorsy situation. Like, my home is much more woodland than this place was. It was like, you pull up in your fucking car. First, you're lost because there's no signage. Like, they're like, here, Skycroft, enter. And it's all these, like, shitty, broken down roads that you're like, oh my God, I'm going to break my car. Like, is this a trick? Like, when there's, like, a painted sign that says antiques and it's just pointing into the woods, and you know that if you go there, you're just going to, like, put the lotion on its skin and all that shit? Yeah. Oh, we talked about that last time.
We did.
And then you finally find the place, but you've passed all these tightly close together trailers, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Where am I? And then you like go up to this like store that's there, and the guy's a real dick, and he's like, oh, your campsite's right there. I was like, oh, past the parking lot? And he goes, yeah, like basically on the parking lot. So it's like 5 feet from the huge parking lot is your 20 by 20 scrap of land with like 3 trees that's completely surrounded by mega huge trailers, like 20-foot plus trailers.
Living trailers.
In, like summering in because you're from the city and you think this is the woods. Like they were, I'm not kidding, Mel, they were throwing distant. Like I could have, Jacob, my 5-year-old, could have picked up a pebble and hit these trailers. Like you couldn't, there was no view. It was the back of 3 trailers. The ground was all this like dirty, nasty sand stuff. Like it wasn't even beach sand. Like it was like this nasty sand that just gets in everything. And flies. It was like we had to fucking dump thousands of flies.
Oh, my nightmare.
It was a shock. It was a real shock. Maybe I should post pictures on our Facebook page. But, the kids had a fucking great time. The kids really did. They had the best time ever. So that was great. That's what counts. That's what fucking counts, right?
It's all about the kids, Sarah. Everything. Just kidding. Children are precious. God's perfect creatures.
God's perfect angels. An angel straight from heaven dropped to earth. Oh, you know who else got dropped out of heaven? Satan. That's who. So, how about that, earthbound angel?
Dropped like a hot potato.
Hot potato.
Yeah, that sounds terrible, Sarah.
It was quite a surprise. I just kept being like, it's definitely not what we expected. It's not what we expected. It's going to be okay. It's not what we expected. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. Oh, well. I mean, you made the most of it. Now you know, A, not to trust that particular person's recommendations.
Absolutely.
And B, you know what you don't want. You know what to like look out for, maybe.
We bumped into this young couple from Toronto, and they had the same like bewildered look on their face, and we were like, "Did you just get here too?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Not what you expected, right?" And she's like, "Holy shit." Our tent, they were tenting instead of trailering.
Yeah.
She says, our tents are so close together that I could literally reach out the front of my tent and high five the person reaching out the front of their other tent. That's how close they were.
Wow.
It's just like a money grab, this place.
Is he farting?
On my shoulder with his mouth.
Oh. Mouth farting. Yeah.
Mouth fart.
My brother recanted when my brother was visiting, sitting at the dinner table when Holly was a little bit younger, and she farted and goes, "I just farted out my butt." He still laughs about it. You know how I feel about farts.
Love them.
Hilarious. Speaking of farts, Justine, are you upstairs? She might be.
So you, Justine? This Justine. It's Justine.
Woo! So yeah, we're gonna grab Justine and
talk cocks. Chat chicks.
We'll exchange chick pics and talk cocks.
Yeah. Cool. All this and more.
On
Stay
Teaching
tuned.
Tiger
Podcast.
Hey, Justine.
Hey, Mel.
How was your week?
Fucking wild.
Well, I just want to say real quick, welcome
sorry.
back to the show, Justine.
I'm so glad to be back.
Welcome
I've been
back
missing
to the
you
show.
guys.
We've been missing you too.
You know,
You're a
The
fan
biggest fan.
favorite.
and the biggest fan.
What?
Oh, you're your own favorite. That's what that means.
And when I'm not on it, I'm like, I wish I was the fly on the wall.
All of those letters we've been getting in about Justine, are they
Oh my
all
God,
just
it's
from you?
overwhelming. It's a little like I don't have a lot of time to keep answering them, but I appreciate it.
But
Yeah.
thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Yeah, so how was your week?
Who, me?
Yeah, how was
you.
your week?
Do you know how my days are going every day of the week right now?
How? Make a sound effect. Just
That's
Okay.
how it feels.
Cool. Okay, tell
When I
us.
open my door in the morning and I look outside and there's all those fat chickens waiting to not live anymore. And they're just turning into mutant chickens and getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, they're too old.
These
They
are your
need to
meat
die.
birds?
Too old. And
They're like 10
Sarah
weeks old,
pointed it
right?
out, and now I'm like, oh my God, I see it because I see them next to one of my normal chickens, and I'm like, you can't stand.
Yeah.
Their legs are like, like they're like,
Sometimes their
kill
legs
me.
snap.
So maybe we should explain to
kidding?
the listeners.
No, I'm not fucking kidding.
So
man.
here we go, lead in.
Yeah.
That's how my week's been.
Lead it up.
So
Roll it in.
Justine's talking about meat birds, meat
Yes.
chickens,
Yeah.
Meat
which
specific.
are different from laying birds. They're like Franken chickens.
Well, what I would like to point out is specifically we are talking about meat birds that are Cornish cross. There's a lot of dual purpose birds out there and heritage birds. That's, you're supposed to do those because it's better for the environment, blah, 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 blah. But if you ain't got a lot of money and you ain't got a lot of time, these Cornish cross birds, they're 8 weeks. You kill them at 8 weeks. They put on weight disturbingly fast.
Right.
Like
So
they won't,
disturbing.
like if you don't kill them, you can't keep it as a pet 'cause it'll fucking die. So that's what we're talking when we refer to meat birds in this episode. We're talking about Cornish cross
Cornish cross.
meaties. Let's talk chickens. Let's talk cocks and chicks.
Cock talk.
Cock talk.
Bring it on.
Bring it.
this week we're dubbing ourselves experts. I was thinking we could tell our listeners what makes us all qualified to talk about chickens.
Do you know what qualifies me? Sarah.
Oh.
I didn't think of anything to do with birds ever until I moved here. And then Sarah was like, no, you're doing this. This is what we're doing. I'm going to help you. You can do this. And I was like, she's really cool. I want to do what she says. So I did. But she was like, yeah, we're going to go in on birds together. Like, don't be scared. I'm going to show you how to do it. Because I was interested in slaughter. Like, it wasn't like, you have to kill birds. No, I don't want to. No, I wanted to. But I definitely, it was because of you.
Cool.
But how many birds do you have now?
Right now, I probably have 50 birds.
How many of those are laying birds and how many are meat birds?
30 are meat birds.
Wow.
You're amazing. Melody, how many
I got a
birds
lot
do
of
you
birds.
have right now?
The last time I counted, I had 2 roosters.
Doesn't that make you feel bad? And you're like, oh, you mattered, Donna, but I don't remember that you're dead.
Yeah, no.
Because they just die, you know, sometimes.
Sometimes they just die.
I had
Especially
one go
if you
in the
free-range them.
pond. I just dug a pond, and I was like, oh, here, you're welcome. Fucking dead birds in the pond all day. It's like,
Oh,
no,
no.
I didn't think of that.
They're not too bright.
Heather went in the pond and didn't come back alive.
Oh. Last I counted, I had 28, but at that time I had 2 roosters who I took to Fieldworks, as we previously discussed.
Yeah.
I had we had
you eat
9
them?
chicks in the spring, but a cat ate 3 of them. So whatever that math is, that's how many I think I have.
A cat?
Yep.
Ew.
There's a cat.
I
He
didn't know
still
I had to
comes
worry
around.
about them, too.
Well, it was
I have
just
a lot
little
of cats.
chicks. They were going out from under the fence, and he was taking out the chicks.
Damn.
Yeah.
What about you?
I have
Oh, and then I have ducks, too. I have, 4 ducks.
I've got ducks. I've got I don't fucking know how many ducks I have. Let's say I have 8 ducks. And then I've got a bunch of ducklings. I've got a dozen ducklings that just
What?
hatched. They're fucking adorable.
Give me one.
No.
Give me your ducklings.
No.
Can I visit them, though?
Yeah.
That's the cutest. It's my ducklings are cuter than kittens.
Oh, yeah. They're
They're
really
the
really
cutest
cute.
baby animal.
And I have
For
one
sure.
rooster. Just one. No chickens.
What's
just
his
a
name?
rooster. His name is Rocky. And he tries to mate the ducks. So,
Oh,
he mounts them and does it. Yeah.
not curly enough.
Yeah. Anyone ever seen a duck wang?
No, I've heard about it, though.
My favorite thing.
From your
in the
children.
world.
Yeah,
Sarah.
my kids were really into it. look, they're mating. It's Leon.
Yeah, the first time I saw one, Leon took me.
Yeah, Leon
He's like,
always
"Come here."
takes everyone for a little visit.
Look at this. I was like, no, where's your mom? I need your mom.
No,
I was freaking out.
I can't see this wang.
So wangy.
Okay, let's do it. What are we going to talk about first?
Well, did we want to do one icebreakers question? Sure. Or, yeah.
Roll up your sleeves, pull up your socks, reach on into Melody's box. Icebreakers.
Justine, would you like to reach
Who wants
into my
to
box?
pull it out?
Pull it out.
This one.
This is the one.
Would you rather work very hard at a job that is rewarding or work very little with a job that isn't rewarding?
That's a stupid question.
Work
It's not
very-
stupid, but I'm not a worker. And how I view work even is different.
It depends on what.
My job is at home gardening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work
That's my
fucking
that's
hard.
my job.
So there you go.
And it's very rewarding and it's very hard. So I think I would rather work hard and be rewarded. But what's the reward?
But are we talking about working for the man?
It just says a job. Work hard
Just
for
working.
a job that's rewarding.
Maybe it's
So,
emotional work. Who knows?
Work hard doing a job that you feel
Basically, the
rewarded?
question is, Justine, are
Or-
you lazy? No.
Or would you like to work or would you prefer to have to work not much at all and you can do other things and but you don't like your job, but you only have to do a bit of it? I guess it depends how many hobbies you have.
And it depends, to me,
And it
with
depends
a
what the work
question
is.
like that, when I hear, would you want to work a job that's hard, that blah, blah, versus a job that whatever. I'm imagining,
does-
going to an office or going to a place of employment as opposed to,
little is
doing
possible
my
then.
painting from home or whatever. I don't look at that as a job.
It is a job. So you'd
Well,
rather work hard
okay.
at painting all the time.
In the case of painting, I would like to work hard and be rewarded by creating stuff.
Yeah.
But if I were going to work at an office or something, I would definitely choose the option of working less hard, and then I have more me time.
Sometimes the reward is you helped other people too, though. And it's like, wow, what a complicated question.
I don't think it's as complicated as either of you are making it. Well, it's like if you have
not black and white
hobbies,
for me.
if you're if you're a stamp collector
amber.
or an avid kayaker or nature trail hiker,
Yeah.
okay, you'd rather probably work very little at a job that isn't rewarding.
So
right?
that's
you'd
what
be like,
it's-
oh, I'm
the
just gonna
reason why it's
fucking
complicated is because
work
you're
at Timmy's.
reading the question as a job at work in a cubicle
No, I'm not.
job, right? But
I'm
like,
like Timmy. What if you're going to Timmy's? It's not rewarding. I'm saying like a job you don't like, but you get to go do the
what
shit
if your
you want
job
to
is
do.
philanthropy? Then you're a dick if you don't like doing much of it.
Yeah.
And the reward is big for other people.
Right.
Reaching into your box sucks these days.
Well,
Mel.
and
Makes me
like,
confused.
so me staying at home with the kids, if that's my job, would I rather work very little
Yes.
and not be rewarded?
Like, is the reward like having
No,
kids that
because
love
then
you
my
back?
kids are assholes.
Right.
So
Right now we work super hard and we're not rewarded.
for very little reward.
Yeah. Sucks.
Yeah.
I would rather.
Depends on the job.
I don't have hobbies I like to do. So I don't want to work like a shitty little job and then go do my amazing hobbies because I don't have those. I love working.
Make work your favorite.
Work is my favorite. I love working.
is.
I would love to just work at a job I want to do all the
You just
fucking
sang
time.
a Rihanna song and didn't know it,
Work,
and that's
work,
the best
work,
thing in the
work,
world.
work. I did actually know it.
fuck.
Because I fucking say it all the time.
Oh my god, my sister says that too.
Work, 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 work,
Everybody.
work. Okay,
Send me, do me.
Cool.
let's do it.
All right. So we're gonna talk chickens. Yeah. So
I'll
we're
talk
Yeah,
doing-
yeah.
All right.
Cock talk.
Let's cock talk.
I was gonna ask you, Mel. Could
Yeah.
you like tell me a little bit about the history of chickens? Like,
Oh.
where are they from?
Are we going to talk about how they're dinosaurs? Do it.
That might be coming up. Oh my god. Okay.
I brought a chicken.
Wait a minute.
I brought it here for
He's
this.
cocking out.
It's a dinosaur, guys. I brought a toy dinosaur. Because
every
it-
dinosaur.
look how much
It
it looks
does
like a
look
chicken.
a lot like
Look
a
at his
chicken.
chicken.
It's just
feet.
like a fucking chicken.
Wow. Look
Uh-huh.
at those spurs.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so chickens have
Correct.
basically been around forever. Basically, they descend from the red jungle fowl originating in Asia. I believe the general consensus is India, but also Southeast Asia. I don't know that they 100% know
Okay.
just exactly where they came from, but they've been all over the world for a really long time. They're domesticated in the 5th century BC,
Whoa.
which is really long ago.
They were domesticated?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Were they one of
People-
the first domesticated animals?
Oh, I'm
or
sure.
what?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
dogs, chickens.
And as of 2011, there are 19 billion chickens in the world.
Wow. How many people are there?
Oh, I don't know. Justine, do you know?
Yes. But it's a secret.
Okay, 19
no.
billion.
I feel like I should quick Google
There's
that.
more fucking chickens than people.
World population clock, 7.6 billion people.
And
my
how
God.
many chickens are there?
19 billion.
They're taking over.
Ew. And they're dinosaurs.
Think of all the babies.
Oh, God.
Sarah
They're-
hates baby birds.
I hate them so much.
They're omnivores, so in the wild they would eat grains, seeds, bugs, and small animals. Like they like frogs and rodents. I've heard of chickens taking down little snakes.
Oh, yeah.
And this part, Sarah's going to love this. Okay. So I wanted to talk about their cloaca, which, according to Wikipedia, is the posterior orifice that serves as the only opening for the digestive, reproductive, and urinary tracts.
Sarah's favorite hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And chickens reproduce by doing what is called the cloaca kiss.
Oh, shit.
I've been saving that for days because I just wanted your reaction, Sarah.
Cloaca kiss.
The cloaca kiss,
They just tap them together.
where they're two multi-purpose orifices
So the
touch together, and they can transfer sperm like in
What?
Instantly.
a second.
That's
Like,
what they're
they
doing
just
when they
they
mate?
just touch their holes.
Yeah.
he doesn't penetrate
They're like
her?
scissoring.
Nope.
So what's
They're
your
scissoring.
fucking rooster trying to do to those ducks, silly
Exactly.
guy? That's so funny.
Trying to touch holes.
He's
So
trying
they
to
just,
touch
like,
his hole.
press.
trying to do
their
a
hole.
cloaca kiss.
Oh
Trying to-
my god! So wait.
Oh, and it looks like a little butthole, so that's the perfect sound for it.
So I'm serious. They don't have weenies.
No.
No,
They
there's
just have
apparently
holes with
inside.
sperm in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The males inside there's like a tiny little bump or something. So really there
Where
are
the
people
sperm comes out.
who work in the field who are
Sexing
experts on
chickens.
sexing chickens, and they get paid a lot of money to stand in a factory
so much right
and check their little openings like the day olds. They check
see
them
if
and they
there's a
toss
bump.
the boys in one, girls in the other, and up to like 97% accuracy or something.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
Ew.
Cloaca kiss. That's what I had to say about that. So that's my little intro to
disgusting.
chickens.
Amazing.
I can't wait to go home and tell Ian that story.
But also, people like to reference the fact that chickens are related somehow to the T-Rex.
Yo, so chickens be dinosaurs. They're like a
Yo.
sect of dinosaurs. Birds. Most birds.
Yeah.
So I did very little research on this for you guys.
Science facts with Sarah Wright.
You're welcome. But I do know that chickens come from birds come from reptiles. They have scales. They lay eggs. Shit like that. Ew.
Matching feet.
Dirty chicken feet. And that the velociraptor, contrary to Jurassic Park, was actually
Great film.
super great film.
Great
film. Great film. What a film. Yeah, they were covered in feathers and they were much smaller than Jurassic Park made them out to be. They're fucking birds, yo. Chickens
Oh
are
my
fucking dinos. And there's these people doing tests with chickens to check out how T-Rexes walked, and they're attaching little fake dinosaur tails. It's
To figure out how they would.
just say, and it changes it's amazing
research.
because it's
It's
they
just so
show the
cute.
chicken walking by and then they strap this tail to it and then the chicken's all walking like a T-Rex.
Do you ever go out to feed your chickens and they all come running at you and it's like thump, 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 thump,
Yeah, and
all
you're
their
like,
little
fuck
feet, and
it
you're like,
time.
ah, because they're
Yeah.
and your tiny
scary.
cup of coffee in your tiny Jeep starts shaking.
yeah.
Ooh, oh no! Like a chicken objects in the mirror might be closer than
And then
they
you look over
appear.
and fucking Chris Pratt's here and you're like, whatever. And you just throw down with Chris Pratt.
Wait, Chris Pratt? No, I'm talking OG. OG.
Who cares?
JP.
But, okay.
We're
so you're
talking
more of a
Jeff Goldblum.
You're a
Yeah,
Goldblum
I
girl?
love
Okay,
Jeff
okay, okay, okay.
Goldblum. I love him so much.
That guy is just so cool.
I think so too. Greg thinks he's a total creep. My family.
He's a
hates
love him or hate him guy. A lot of people,
I fucking love him.
it's that sassy attitude where he's
He's smarmy.
not sorry.
He's
I
just,
love it
he
about
doesn't
him.
give a shit.
Wait, Sassy
Smarmy.
Molassie.
Remember when he was
Sweet
putting
sassy.
the water droplet on her hand in front of her husband, and he was like, "Notice how it goes down a different way because of all the hairs on your hand."
When did that happen?
And the husband was like, "Come on." And he's like, "Who?" And he was holding her hand and tracing water down it all sexy, and she
I
was
don't
all
remember.
like, "Ooh."
Was
Yeah.
that Laura
Jurassic
Dern?
Park?
Yeah, it was Laura Dern.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! You remember movies good.
Everything that Jeff Goldblum did in that
just
movie, I remember.
just Jeff Goldblum.
I was 8 years old, and I was like, "Who is that?"
I feel
Somebody get
funny
me a water
feelings
drop.
in my.
Somebody
The first
dropped
time I
balloons.
felt a funny feeling from watching TV was LL Cool J's doing it and doing it
Oh,
and
yeah.
doing it well, and he's fucking sucking on a peach.
No,
and he's
he's
watching
not.
ladies in a peep show, just like, "Ugh," and I was like, well, I need to cross my legs.
Oh well,
Just a quick story.
your pants are rolled up.
So
Only
LL
one
Cool J
leg.
was my Jeff Goldblum, I guess, is
That's
what I'm getting
cooler,
at.
I think.
so cool.
Mine was Donnie Wahlberg.
Was it really
Was and still is.
I get it.
cool?
Isn't
Was
he with
and
Jenny
still
McCarthy?
is.
Isn't that strange?
It's okay though. It's
I guess it's fine.
nice, kind of.
yeah.
Donnie Wahlberg. Which one is he?
the hot one.
He was the bad one that went to jail.
of
I don't
New
know if
Kids
he
on the
actually
Block?
went to jail, but I thought that as a kid.
He looked like he might have once
Maybe
been
he
in
just
a
got
jail.
out of jail. Yeah,
He was in New Kids on the Block.
Donnie
Yeah,
Wahlberg.
girl. He was the one who did the one-armed push-ups for their stage shows.
Oh
So
my god,
cool.
that's
Wow.
really cool.
He's the one that you would be if you were New Kids on the Block.
Okay.
That's
He
all
had
I
a-
need to know.
He had a rat tail.
Oh, I had a doll of him. I
He's
had
the,
a
cool
Barbie doll.
one.
Someone
Yeah.
gave me. He had a
He's
rat tail.
badass.
Yeah.
Nice.
I still have an
You're
MC
right, I am.
Hammer Ken in my upstairs in my bathtub right now.
MC Hammer. Ken.
Naked MC Hammer.
Yeah. I love all
Hot.
the naked Barbies in the bathtub.
yeah.
Greg and I used to do this thing. We had a Mulan Barbie, and she was like, some Barbies are jointed,
Yeah.
you can bend
Yeah.
their knees and arms and shit. And Mulan did ninja shit, so she had all these joints. And then we had some sort of guy Barbie, and Greg and I had a thing where every day we would hide them places, in the cupboard where the coffee grinds are, or whatever,
Nailing?
in super perverted nailing positions, or. And so you'd open your sock drawer and you'd be
That's
getting
so
it doggy
fun.
style, or you'd be she's got her legs wrapped around his head. It was
Mulan.
amazing. And then after a while, other toys got involved.
Oh,
I'd
wow.
wake up and there'd be a dinosaur and a car and a plasticine cop that Greg made, slug cop, all kinds of shit was going.
You guys are so much fun.
Yeah, it was the best part of my life. Anyway, moving on.
So chickens, dinosaurs.
Yeah, look it up because I didn't.
So cool. So cool.
Science facts with Sarah Wright.
Science
we had a couple of questions from people talking about getting started with chickens. Julie asks, we are getting some Rhode Island red chicks in a few weeks and are trying to decide on the best design for a coop. Do you have any words of wisdom? And then a friend Thomas also asks, what are your thoughts on easy maintenance laying boxes for chickens? So I thought maybe we could all just describe our setup.
Cool.
Yeah, because I think we've all learned from our setups what we don't like about them. And I've also learned from watching Sarah's husband build things and going, I wish I had that fucking hole to shovel out of. Oh my God. So it's true.
Right.
We've got a lot to talk about right now.
Right.
A hole to
Because
shovel
I'm in a
out of?
big barn.
I've got a box, but
You guys have coops? Well, I guess it's all a coop. But mine is, like, you guys have like a
coop du
built
jour?
on its own.
You mean a box, a nesting box?
No, the entire building that your birds go inside of.
Is
like,
a coop.
Is a coop. Mine's a room in a barn.
right.
You know what I mean?
We've
So it's
roomed
different.
ours, though. Like, we've had to build walls and shit. Here, Mel, you describe yours.
Yeah, start fresh.
Okay, so mine is a shed that was on our property, and it floods in the spring and freezes. So Sarah had ripped her pool out, so we dragged some of the pool decking over to make like a raised floor.
That was heavy.
Yeah.
Hey,
We
that's
did a good
cool.
job.
And it worked?
It does. Many chipmunks live underneath there, though, which is kind of maybe a little problematic. But
Chicken snack. We just learned about that. Chickens
Whatever.
will eat them.
will they eat them?
I don't know. You said small rodents.
Only
Well,
if
they
they're
would eat
dead.
the little babies, maybe.
Yeah.
A little lunch. We'll let them grow up.
I see the chipmunks in there eating their food, and the chickens just watch them. Like
Yeah,
they
they don't
don't.
give
They're
a
all
fuck.
friends.
Yeah, they're pals. And I have 2 long roosts that go like across the space, and that was problematic for people setting up chicken coops. Your roosts, if they're really long, you need to anchor it somewhere in the middle because all the weight of the chickens will make it sag and it'll fall down.
So the roost
Okay.
would be
Right.
the like pole that goes across that they sleep
Yeah,
on and sit on.
yes.
And do
Got
it.
it.
Like,
I don't know the words.
they want a roost. If you have room for a roost, do it.
As high up as possible. They want to go up high, and that'll also keep them safer from predators if they do get in.
Yeah, because the first thing a new chicken does when you bring it home at bedtime, you have to go and look in the trees. They just go up.
It's up there, yeah.
It's up in a tree every time.
Yeah.
And you have cute little nest boxes.
Yeah, so I used like milk crates and then put a little piece of wood across the front because if you don't have something across the front of your box, the eggs will roll out onto the ground and smash. So I have a little thing to hold the eggs in, and I put, on Sarah and Greg's advice, little roofs over
yeah.
top so that when they poop, it
Oh yeah,
doesn't go
the
into
poop is
the
an issue.
nesting boxes.
Right. And so, but the roofs are also on an angle, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing is don't put flat roofs because they just shit.
Yeah, they'll just sit on it and shit.
They'll just sit on it and shit. It turns into cement. But if it's angled, it
for
kind of drips
cleaning,
down.
sometimes when it's flat, it can,
You can
like
just
if you're
scrape it.
scraping, because I'm a scraper in mine. Like sometimes that can be an advantage.
Yeah,
if there's
yeah.
a lot of poop to clean up. But if you keep on top of shit, that's way smarter.
That's it.
But when it cakes together, I can get it off pretty good.
Yeah.
I've got a great shovel for that. I'm
Oh,
just
except
saying.
in the winter
I've
when
got
it
a shovel for
freezes.
that. Oh, you just leave it.
Yeah, I do.
yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
but
that.
then it's really gross in the spring.
It is.
Yeah.
Ew. You
What's
also
your
have
coop?
curtains, right?
Oh yeah, I put
I've
little
never been
curtains across.
inside. I wanna
I
look
put little
before I go.
curtains because I saw it on Pinterest,
I love it.
and I'd heard that they like really private spaces to lay eggs, which sort of makes sense. They want
Yeah,
it like
they
small
do.
and
they
dark.
get touchy.
Yeah.
But the curtains are sort of silly. They're silly. Where my chickens, almost all of them prefer to lay is in the very corner that's like beside one set of nesting boxes and another, and they go like down in the corner between the two
Like
sets
a
of
hiding
nesting
spot.
boxes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I know they go there, so I just have to reach in and find the eggs. Reach on into
And your
the
coop,
chicken box.
didn't you guys build it?
No, our coop, we do have that like duck coop. We have a couple coops out there, but the one we're currently using is an old shed. We've cut the space in half. We built a wall, except the wall is just chicken wire.
Right.
So Greg put a frame up and then used chicken wire because I wanted the light and the airflow. So that's a good solution. Also, if you're not like a handyman, just
And
fucking
being
make
able
a chicken
to
wire
separate
wall.
when you have chickens, being able to separate them, that comes up a lot. When
That
you need
does.
to separate a bird.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
find it's coming up a lot.
like a little
That's true. People don't tell you when you're setting up for chickens that
If
you
one's
need
getting
like a
attacked
quarantine.
or if it's sick.
quarantine
or-
zones.
zone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So think of making
It's
a
very
blocked
smart.
off space with chicken wire. And then we just have boxes nailed to the side of the wall with a little slanty roof. We have 4,
It's
I
so
think.
clean in
It's
there.
not
Yes,
actually. You
I
just
think
went
it
in
is.
after it was clean.
I went in while he was cleaning it too, actually.
Oh, there you go.
But you've got that trap door.
And then there's a trap door. I wish it was in a different spot, but a trap door is a great idea. We go in and out of the shed as humans in big proper shed doors.
Right.
And then there's actually, he framed in a door into that wall I mentioned made out of chicken wire. But there's a little trap door to let the chickens in and out of every day, which is great.
And then I came over and he was cleaning out all the straw on the bottom.
Right.
And it just
shoved
went
it out
right
the
out
strap.
that door.
Right.
Yeah. Another really important thing is you want to provide a shaded area. Like, watch where the sun goes, watch where the shade is. Fucking birds need shade. Like, our shed is up on stilts, kind of, because it's a floody area in the spring. And they spend all their time under that shed. And watch it. Like, if you do have a space like that where chickens go under and you think, oh, I'll put fucking fencing to stop them from going under there.
There's a reason they're going there.
There's a reason they're going there, one, and they're going to fucking, what's going to happen? Every time we've tried to put fencing up around that shit, a chicken figures out how to get in eventually. And then they're stuck under there because they're fenced in. Like, just let them go. I free range my chickens. Like, they can just go wherever they want.
I don't. But
I have a lot less than you.
My enclosure, every day pretty much, a chicken has found a new way out. So yeah, that's absolutely true. Like, they'll find a way out of whatever enclosure you give them or into whatever enclosure you try to create. And they can't ever
stuck.
go the other way.
Yeah, they're always like, oh, fuck. And you're like, oh, is it a lightning storm and I have to save all you fuckers?
Stupid
Great.
birds.
One by one.
One by one.
So Justine, where do you have your chickens?
So I have a big barn, and I have, basically they sleep in 2 different barns. Some of the chickens and the ducks are in one, and all of the meat birds are in the other one. The people who lived in my house before me made it really cute and nice, and there's this little cute red door with a doorknob to open and close with the number 7 on it.
Yeah, it's cute.
So we have the boxes up, and then the roost over top of the boxes.
Right, so they're shitting on
And
the
they
boxes.
shit onto the boxes,
Yeah.
and it's flat. So that's true.
That's another thing, yeah. Don't put your roost over, like, they're going to shit on the roost. So don't put the food under the roost. Don't put the water on the roost. Don't put the nesting boxes. Also, some people have it where what we want to build is nesting boxes that come out from the side of our chicken shed. So you can open them from outside, reach in and grab the eggs.
I've seen that.
Like a back door.
Yeah.
The only problem with that, I love that idea. The only problem with that is chickens will lay eggs wherever they feel like laying eggs, and it's so often
It's
not
so convenient
the
for us,
boxes,
but it's not for them.
But they might, if it was actually recessed into the wall, so it was totally dark all the time, they might favor that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super basic room. And then the other one, we just put more boxes in, but I don't actually have the bar.
Roost.
Why can't I think of why?
Roost.
People will just build like a really simple ladder and lean it against the wall. That works too.
We have a lot of that. But they kind of just go where they want to go at night.
Yeah.
They just go where they want to be, and none of them lay in the boxes. None of the boxes are ever.
That's
Ever
funny.
full.
You can put golf balls or something. Sometimes that'll lure them. But
Yeah.
do you find clutches of eggs all over the barn?
Everywhere and outside.
And then do you not know how old they are? Because they,
Which is why, like, I'm always like, anybody need eggs? Anybody need eggs? And I'm like, I don't know if I want to give these eggs away because I don't know.
So maybe we should talk about what to
water.
do
Well, there's
if
a
you don't
trick
know
for
how
that.
old the
There is
eggs
a trick,
are.
yeah.
Put them in water. So you can look up online for the specifics, but it's like if it is all the way on the bottom,
It's fresh.
it's totally fresh. If like the end is halfway up, it's a week old or something. And then if it's floating, throw it away.
Yeah. If it's floating, throw it away. It's okay if it's standing on its head.
Yeah.
Still good.
Okay.
And it has something to do with the air pocket inside. Also, fresh eggs are notoriously hard to peel if you're doing hard-boiled eggs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So save your older eggs, your standing on its head eggs, for your hard-boiled eggs.
Good tip.
Smart.
Yeah. And if your eggs break really easily when you're making your omelets and shit, your birds need calcium.
Oh, right. Like the shells, you mean?
Yeah, the shells, yeah.
Which you can do by giving them
Ground up
Eggshells.
eggshells.
Exactly. I was gonna say, now do we come back to that? Because like it's Sarah.
Full
That was
circle.
another one of the like first impressions of my new neighbor in this new place. She was just smashing up eggshells and baking them, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I don't do that anymore.
It
I
was
don't even
like
have
so
chickens,
much
fuck it.
effort. Yeah, that's cool though.
Fuck those guys. But I have ducks. I love my ducks.
Yeah.
Their eggs are delicious and they're hard to break. Holy shit.
You know what? I prefer a duck egg to a chicken egg.
Yeah, my
It's
mom does
divine.
too.
Yeah,
I do too.
Huh.
It's like
Interesting.
Just
game,
bigger.
wild game. It's like different.
It's more.
Yeah.
duck egg 2.0. I mean, chicken egg 2.0.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say about my setup that I tell everybody when they ask about getting chickens is I have an automatic door that's
my God,
powered
it's so
by the
dreamy.
sun. So I don't like getting up early, and I have little kids, so they're like bothering me first thing in the morning, and it's hard to get up early and do something right away. So I was having a hard time opening the chickens up until kind of like later in the morning.
Me too,
So
girl.
I got this automatic door, and when the sun comes up, it opens. When the sun goes down, it closes. And
Wow.
that's it.
What if they miss the door? What if they're like, wait, I was
Good
just having a snack.
question. Because my next question from a listener was, how do you train them to go in at night?
I don't know.
They just do.
They just
Well,
do. Not meat birds.
Not all of them.
meat birds are dummies. But
I
like,
have to help everybody to bed at night.
I have
lately.
the Adore One is the brand name that we chose, which we've been really happy with.
how much
FYI.
did it cost?
Okay, so it was like, I think it was like $150, but we shipped it across the border because we're about an hour away. So instead of paying the Canadian shipping and Canadian price, which includes duty and stuff, or maybe it doesn't, but then you'd have to pay duty.
Yeah.
I just
Duty.
paid the American. I said duty. Pay the American price and drive an hour to pick it up, and it was totally worth it. They didn't charge me
Cool.
duty.
I remember when you got that, I was like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
so.
Chicken
just
jealousy.
jealous. Just
Chicken
jealous.
jealousy.
It
So-
was jealousy.
Like, it's
was
going
like,
to cost
oh.
a couple $100, which is a lot, but super worth it. You can go away for like, if you load them up on food and water, go for like 3 days.
Yeah, you know
Oh
what?
my
Like,
God, you
how
can
many
leave.
times
Yeah.
has Greg had to leave a party to come home and let the fucking chickens?
I don't have a life. I say no to everybody. I can't leave my home
chickens, yeah.
because of the chickens
And dog.
and dog.
Ian, Justine wants a chicken door.
Oh my God, I wonder if you have a chicken door in your house.
I didn't even think of that.
And you like hung a little thing of like screen, you know that screen you can get, the screen doors that are like hangy with like magnets.
Yeah.
You get a chicken door, put it in your house, and then if you have a small dog or cat, there you go.
Oh, right.
You could go for the day. They can go outside, they can go inside.
Yeah, true.
My dog
you
would
don't
even
make it
attack
home.
everyone.
Your dog couldn't fit, so it's
And
not a
yeah,
problem.
that too. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
fucking big
Just
chicken
your
door.
nose could fit in it.
I'm gonna put 7 chicken doors on top of each other.
I want a chicken door.
Do it.
My chicken door
Ask
is
Santa.
Ian because he wakes up at 5 a.m. So I
Oh.
just come downstairs every day and they're just out. But yeah, we could leave, which would be nice.
Oh, and on that note about them going in at night, I thought it might be worthwhile to touch on when you integrate new hens, because that is a concern. Like if you go to, say, a bird auction and bring home, say, 8 new birds.
Let's say that.
Let's just say,
Let's
for
say
example,
it. I say that.
you have to lock them in the coop for like 24, 48 hours. Sarah, you taught me this. How long do you want to
Sarah
put them
taught
in
me
their
this
coop?
too.
I mean, I actually usually only do 24 hours, but like,
But when you're free ranging, which is how I am, like you brought over ducks and you were like, put them in this room because they need to know that this is where they live.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they need to get to know it.
so don't just like the first time we ever got chickens ever, we built this little coop. So you can also do just like a little A-frame, tiny, like it was up to my waist max, and it was just for 4 chickens. It was a little A-frame, you know, easy peasy to build. And then the sides went up like one of those fancy like Back to the Future cars.
Ooh.
And you put a stick down, so it had like 2
suicide
shaded
doors. Just
It
my
had
first
suicide
coop.
doors. Whatever. And we made this little fenced-in area, and we brought our chickens. And my parents were there, and they were like, "You guys are fucking crazy for having chickens." And we're like, "No, look, we're amazing."
It's
we
not
opened
that
the box
hard.
in the daytime, and the chickens just flew away.
No.
They were just like, "Fuck! What the fuck?" And they just took off. And my cat tried to kill one, lost one for a week, came back though. Anyway,
Wow.
So that was a lesson. When you get your chickens, open the box inside the coop.
Right.
It's helpful to do it at night if you can, but it's not, not the end of the world. It's just a pain in the dick to like open the fucking door to let the other chicks in.
Right.
Have to do
And
day
then you
stuff.
have to be like, oh no, don't go out or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, keep them locked away for a while. You also might have to, with new birds and with chicks, you might have to help them in at night for a little bit, but after
Right.
a while they'll
Eventually, they figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
They like fit into whatever routine. I
Make
just
sure
got
they
lazy.
can get in. We have sometimes problems with birds not being able to figure out how to get in our coop.
Oh,
So that's
they
an
can't
issue.
figure out the ramp.
Can't figure out the ramp.
Have we mentioned they're not very bright?
Not the smartest dinosaurs, even though they lasted longer than all the other ones.
I have a bunch of brown layers. They're
Yeah.
called
Rhode Island Reds.
Rhode Island Reds. I'm that kind of chicken farmer.
I thought you were pointing to me to say Brenda.
Well,
Are they Brenda?
all of
They're
their
all
names
called
are Brenda.
Brenda,
So, Porch Brenda, because it's like the Spice Girls. So you've got Porch Brenda, Dead Brenda.
Oh, shit.
We found her in the coop, and it was like, I don't want to get her.
Ew.
Ian, Dead Brenda's waiting for you, you know? Crispy Brenda. We had a
'cause
lot
she
of
got all
roosters,
nasty.
and she was like plucked really bad, and
Oh,
then she got a
no.
sunburn on her back, so
Oh.
she's Crispy Brenda. Anyway, there's a lot of Brendas.
Yeah.
So
Porch Brenda.
Porch Brenda one time was eating the baby's Cheerios, and I was like, wow, it sounds like when people like do knives on the table around their fingers, and they go in between all their fingers.
Yeah.
And then Ian was like, oh my God, I'm doing it. And I was like, okay. So he puts his hand down on the porch, and he puts
A
a
Cheerio.
cereal between each finger, and he just lets her do it. And she went, perfect. And then the sixth bite was like, fuck you, Ian, and she bit his hand.
Oh, my God.
And we were like, it was so much fun.
Wow, everyone should do that. Film
Porch
it and
Brenda
send it
is
into
fun.
us.
She's a fun.
Did you
wild
guys
lady.
film it?
I can't believe we didn't.
Oh,
No,
man.
we didn't.
Shocking.
I think we should all get our husbands to do it.
Yeah, not me.
Don't be
It's
such
really
a wuss.
scary and
Don't be such a
fun.
fucking wuss, Greg. Roosters.
So, yeah, at what age can you sex them?
Well, we talked about that earlier, right away. Right?
Oh,
You said that those
technically, if
people-
you're an expert, but most people
Right.
can't do that.
The spurs is what I always look out for.
That's so late, though. Like, mine didn't get spurs until well after they were crowing. So, what I've heard, first of all, there is something that happens with the chicks, like, earlier on, where I think the females get their feathers just
Earlier?
before the males.
No way.
I
I know
think
the
that's
males
what
are
it
usually
is.
bigger. That's how I usually go. I'm like, I think these are males because they're bigger. but
Right.
not always right, but it's usually
It's
actually
often,
pretty.
if it's the same
accurate.
breed.
Yeah.
But if you have different breeds, then the chicks can be all different sizes.
That's true. That's true.
I know a tip.
Oh, tell us.
Vent sexing. You guys heard of it?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we were talking
That's
about
what we
earlier?
were talking about before. The vent
So,
is the cloaca.
Did you know that you push their shit out, and that's how you tell, like
No.
an expert?
Oh, yeah. You squeeze.
Vent sexing, also known simply as venting, involves squeezing the feces out of the chick, which opens up the chick's anal vent, called the
Cloaca.
cloaca, slightly,
Then you
allowing
kiss
the
it.
chicken sexer to see if the chick has a small bump, which would indicate that the chick is a male. So you got to squeeze their shit out, and just like this,
Like a squeaky toy. Like, wee. Just squeeze that fucking. Let me see it. Let me see
We'll share the
picture.
graphic on our Instagram.
So that's how they were doing it. Is you
Squeeze
empty
the
the
poop
poop
out.
out and look within for a little bump.
Poop du jour. Imagine that's your fucking job and you do that all day.
Oh,
I squeeze the poop out and look for bumps.
Yeah. Like
my
that
job.
could be your job that you only do very little of.
So the real question here, you guys, is would you consider that job one to be in which you work very hard for a great level of satisfaction or not very hard for low level satisfaction?
Yeah.
Is that hard work,
Full
squeezing
circle.
poop and looking at bumps?
Yeah, I bet it is.
But it's so rewarding.
So
It's so
rewarding
worth
at the
it.
end of the day when you have a bin of boys and a bin of girls and a bin of unknowns
Feels right.
yeah. And a pile of
And a
poop.
pile of shit.
standing in a pile of shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Satisfaction. That's what that looks like.
Satisfaction.
But yeah, the only other thing I don't remember the details, watching their tail feathers.
Right. So I think with males, if you get the long tail feathers, you know that's a rooster pretty much for sure. So the feathers that stand up and are long.
How
in the
soon
back.
do those come in nice?
I think it's
though?
kind of later. So earlier on, I've been
fluffy for
able
a
to
bit?
tell with pretty good accuracy the boys from the girls because their combs on top and
Yes.
their wattles on the bottom come in faster. So, and their legs are often thicker and the roosters stand up straighter. So let's talk about roosters and maybe why we don't want to have too many roosters. Justine.
Fucking cocks chasing kids. Well, maybe we won't say it that way. Roosters aren't friendly in big numbers.
So what
And
happened? Like, what made you say
My son
this is
10,
just
and
too much?
I made him put the birds to bed every night, and we've gotten to the point where now he's afraid of birds because
Oh,
we had so many
no.
roosters. And bedtime, putting them to bed, they would be like, "Nope," and chase him back,
Oh,
or jump and try to have a cockfight. And
Yeah.
like, which is really funny to me. It's really funny when and I get really scared. Like you genuinely like, it's startling to be in a cockfight.
Yes.
I've been in a lot of cockfights. But to see my kid
So many
have it
cocks.
happen from like across the yard and just hide and be afraid, like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
mine were
sad.
going after my kids too. And I
Yeah.
just had 2 of them. Actually, I had
Really?
3. And one was really bad. Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious.
He was originally just Sid and then became Sid Vicious, obviously.
Perfect.
it's a great story.
But then we got rid of Sid and thought that the 2 wallflowers would just remain that. And then
Yeah.
they both got really mean and chased my kids. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they can scratch you up if they want to. I mean,
Oh fuck, man!
They could
I had a
hurt you.
cousin. I had a cousin. I still have that cousin.
we're still cousins.
She got a chunk bitten out of her labia
from a chicken.
What?
from a rooster. We used to go there to their place. They had lots of birds, and there was this like really nasty rooster. And of course, in my memory, the fucking rooster was huge. And if the rooster was out and we were walking around, we'd be like, "Fuck the rooster!" and we'd all run, and we'd have to climb this tree. But it was a pine tree, so you could only get so high, like because there was 3 of us.
Oh, no.
And so Addie would always get up the highest, and then I would be second, and then poor little Emma was hanging out the bottom, being like, "Ah, ah," and it like bit her labia, and like she bled.
Oh, my.
It's horrible.
God.
Yeah. And my aunt also had a rooster that she would put to bed in the composter at night. She'd shove it in the composter because it fucking crowed at like 4 a.m. She was just sick of it. She's awesome. That was a great aunt. She was like, "Fuck this, you go in the compost."
Here's your new house. Shut your
Because it
mouth.
just stayed so dark. It didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But roosters aren't all terrible.
They're not all bad.
If
love
you get
my
a good rooster, you hang on to that rooster.
What's
right?
the ratio, guys? 1 rooster to fucking
All of them.
I think
you
they
only
say
need one rooster.
Yeah, but if you look online, I think it says 8 to 10. You need to have at least 8 to 10 hens per rooster, but
Right.
that still didn't work for me.
And you
I
also
had-
don't need a rooster. Like, it's not going to fucking save your chickens
And they have
from a fox or
personalities.
shit.
They're animals with personalities. Some of them are different than others.
Yeah, I had
Big
a,
time.
I had a really nice one, and I got rid of it because it was too little, and I didn't want tiny chicks. But then I regretted it because we had to kill 3 more roosters.
My
after him.
only rooster
I hate a
is
small
from
cock.
you.
Yeah,
I
right.
just, every time. Get rid of it.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Our rooster actually helps our ducklings, one of the male ducks. We have the same problem, but with ducks right now. So,
Aggressive males?
yeah, I have
Me
too
too.
many, and they're getting nasty. So this one old papa male was like trying to murder the ducklings, like picking them up by the throats and shaking them, and like it was like a fucking alligator.
Wow.
And the rooster was like, "Fuck that!" And now the rooster
Hey, that's
protects
cool.
them. Like the rooster's the ducklings' daddy. It's fucking awesome, mummy. He's their mummy.
You know the best part about having chickens is, though?
What?
Naming them.
Yeah.
That's the funnest part of having
Okay.
all those animals. They get crazy cool names.
Okay, so
Like Sid Vicious. That's hilarious. That
what's
was a
your
great story.
who's your favorite chicken? What's their name?
Brenda. Porch Brenda's my favorite.
Yeah, I love Porch Brenda.
She's great. Or like our duck's name is Curly because it was Curly Dick.
Ew.
One of my favorite chickens is named Curly because she has deformed toes. I incubated her, I think, at too high a temperature or something, and so her feet are deformed. But her name is Curly.
What
and
happens when you play God, Mel?
I know. Seriously, I'll never incubate again.
It's a lot.
Oh, but an advantage to roosters, the reason people have them is because your chickens can then make chicks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's a big advantage.
But here's a little hint, not tip. Here's a fact
Yeah.
that people don't know, that you can get eggs from a laying hen and you don't need a rooster. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, I think I'm going to get 1 or 2 birds and a rooster." And I'm like, "You don't need one. Like you just want a backyard chicken."
Right.
Oh, they think you need a rooster
They
to
think
get
you
eggs.
need a rooster to have an egg in the first
Oh,
place.
no,
and that's
no.
not true.
No,
you
no,
can
no,
have
no,
eggs
no,
and
no,
not have
no.
a rooster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck
ovulation station.
roosters.
Yeah.
Don't need a cock for that.
No.
They're the original ovulators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every
Can you imagine?
damn day.
The roller coaster of emotions.
Oh my god.
It's like, is that all they're really
Middle
good for?
schmerz
Did
every
we just
day at
figure
noon?
that out, like on paper? Like the only use for a chicken man, like that's all they're good for, and otherwise just
Eating.
just fucking be a whole city of women.
Yes. Yep.
We are hens.
Uh-huh.
We are.
Hey.
It's great.
Cool.
Useless roosters. Now I hate them more. Now I'm mad at roosters.
Oh, my other favorite in the flock, her name is Winnie, named after Winnie Cooper, and she's so sweet and cute. She's a silkie, and people who don't know about chickens, so their feather, a feather has this, I wish I could think of the word, hard piece that goes up the middle, and then all the little kind of hairs come off of it. So with a silkie, it doesn't have the hard part in the middle, so when you pet them, they feel like they have fur.
Like silk.
What?
Silkies are quite lovely. They're known to typically have pretty good personalities too. They're like little pet chickens.
And to be good mamas.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so if you want like a cool furry chicken, get one of those. Mm-hmm. They're great. I want more.
I want one.
Have you guys ever made a chicken purr before?
No. You
That's
can
like-
make a chicken purr?
My husband can make chickens purr within 30 seconds, any chicken.
What can't he
Do
do?
you have to touch them?
Oh, he's like, it's a full embrace, like a baby.
Okay.
He breathes on them and like pets their little neck and stuff. And then all of a sudden they're fucking asleep and going, hubba, 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 hubba. And he's like, he did it to every one of them before we slaughtered them. He's like, hurry up with the hugs. Like, it's time to go. Kill him. He hugged them all before, like, it was funny. Sad. It was kind of sad. We tried to not look at him, remember? We were trying to not, like...
I don't fucking look at them. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah.
Ew. Killing it. I don't want to like make
It was
pals
his
with
first
it.
time killing them, though, and so he was emotional. So I was trying to avert my eyes because it made me feel sad.
Yeah.
Speaking of killing it, Sarah.
Yes.
Slaughterhouse Sarah.
Slaughterhouse Sarah.
Oh my god, it's gonna be my new nickname.
You have to keep slaughtering to do that.
Done. Okay, but I need a leather jacket.
Done. I'm doing it.
Slaughterhouse
I'm going to
Sarah.
embroider it myself. It's going to be beautiful.
Amazing.
Sarah's really good at slaughtering chickens.
So good.
Yeah, I don't kill them though.
No, but you're really good at
I do the
managing the
slaughter.
entire slaughter. Like, it scares me to picture having that function without you.
So, like,
It's like, no, I need my manager.
Yeah, I'm a good slaughter manager.
what would you tell
good.
someone who's never slaughtered a chicken who's like thinking about meat birds to convince them it's a good idea?
I tell them that it's over $5 a bird to take them to the fucking abattoir, number one, and you have to bring them there yourself. It's really, it's a lot. It's a lot. It takes your cost of having chickens to unafford it. Like you just can't afford it. Another option, if you have 100 birds, or if you can round up some friends that you've ordered birds at around the same time, so that all your birds are going to be ready. There is a traveling abattoir. This family,
Isn't that more?
it's less expensive. It's more like $2 a bird or something. Like it's a bit more affordable if you really don't want to do that. But also,
It's kind of awesome to try, though, when you do.
It is.
it's good to do. It's not a fun job or anything, but you can make the best of it. Then every time you cook that chicken, you've had it from start to finish. You get your kids involved. Like, fuck, man. My kids are always at the slaughters. They know their jobs. They take it seriously. And it's not something you can half-ass. Like, you got to start it and finish it. And you can't stop till you're done because you're fucking killing
And then you always
animals.
plan a reward after where, like, she makes a big chili or we all have a beer or, like...
Yeah, like you get
It's
really
like,
drunk
I enjoy
afterwards.
it. I
Right.
enjoy slaughters because of that community feeling every time we do it.
That's it, too.
I'm like, tell me when you're doing your ducks. I want to come and be there with you guys.
It
It's
can be
weird.
really fun when you get helpers involved. You need helpers. You fucking need people to help you, man.
Right.
But
Sarah makes it
can be
like
fun.
a factory line. It's so perfect. Efficient and fast.
Yeah. I really thought that I wouldn't be able to handle it, and so I went to a slaughter with Sarah. Slaughterhouse Sarah. And I found it really empowering because I went into it thinking, like, I can't fucking handle this.
You
Like,
rocked
I'm not
it.
going to do it. And I had my hands up chickens, pulling stuff out with my
Yeah.
bare fingers.
People are so separated from their food.
Yeah.
Slaughtering chickens taught me that.
Yeah.
And anybody who makes a face when you say you do it themselves, but they're having a chicken burger, it's like, don't even fucking talk to me. right now.
Yeah.
Well, and kind of to that point, if you're not slitting the throat and defeathering the bird, it really just looks like a piece of meat. If you're at that point in
is.
Sarah's slaughterhouse factory assembly line,
It's
Absolutely.
my favorite place to be. Evisceration station.
Evisceration station. That's where I like to hang out.
Sarah,
I
what's your time on eviscerating a chicken?
I was trying to think about that.
Oh, you should
I think my
She is
fastest
fast.
chicken evisceration is probably about 3 minutes.
I think
At
I
the
remember
3
3
mark.
minutes. Yeah. That's fast.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
Some people can do it really fast. Oh, it's just my burn in my nose I'm picking at.
Sarah, what happened on your camping trip?
What happened to your nose?
What happened to your
Why
nose?
does your nose hurt?
So sometimes when you're sitting around a bonfire, you want to have a smoke. You know, have a little whiskey, a little Jameson's, a little smoke. Sometimes you're telling an animated story. You're a hand talker.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a hand talker, also with a cigarette in my hand. Maybe I have these super large nostrils with that kind of cup at the end. I wish you could see what I was doing right now, but
It's like a pocket.
it's like I have a pocket at the end of my nose where my nostrils meet my nose.
Yeah.
Sometimes one accidentally jams a cigarette right up into a lit cigarette.
A lit cigarette.
Into one's own nose?
Into one's own nostril.
Here, let me hold this with my pocket.
And then flings it out in a forward and upward motion
can't
so
believe
as
this
to keep
story.
the what we call a cherry from the cigarette inside one's nose pocket.
And then what'd you do?
Then I went and relit my cigarette. So
Sorry, hang on.
Hang on,
back
holy
to
Did
the
you
story.
shoot the cherry onto the end
Imagine.
of the cigarette? And
You relit it like this? Sorry, that,
Oh,
and then
man.
you're like, that's just part of the story.
So Sarah has some residual burning inside
little
of her
bit of
left
burn
nostril.
in my left
pocket.
nostril pocket.
But the best part is that you did it, and then the cherry stayed in your nose and hung out for a
stayed in
sec.
my fucking nose because I have a pocket in there.
Like, that's not like I went by my nose by accident because I was too enthusiastic. That's like, I just put that inside my nose at lightning speed and
At
left
lightning
it there.
speed, like it didn't even touch my lips or my face or the outside of my nose. It wasn't like a sloppy like, whoa. It just went directly whoop right up inside my nose in
fire.
one foul swoop. Woo! And then pop! I popped that cigarette out and let the cherry just hang in there.
What was the story you were telling?
I can't for the life of me
Shitty! I
figure
bet
it
that
out.
would be good too.
I know. But I know
could
Greg
reenact
wasn't
it.
paying as much attention as I would have liked. That's
Right.
probably why I was flailing so
Gesticulating
wildly.
so.
Because he didn't see it happen. I was like, Greg! Greg! This has never happened to anyone ever in the
Do
history
you guys
of
feel
all
like
time.
when you get hurt in front of your partner, it's like better, it's best if your partner's not there because you're more of a little sucky baby? Because
Oh,
you know
yeah.
they'll love you and comfort you so well about it?
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
my experience.
Wow. Like when Ian's in the room, like, I'm not okay. Like, and I'll cry for things that I would never,
Right.
Yeah.
because I just want attention, I think.
Yeah, it might be.
Might be it.
I find whenever I hurt myself is when I don't swear. I'm a notorious swearer. But when I hurt myself, I'm always like, "You fire truck friggin' schnizzle dog. And like nonsense.
But like, you know, when you
Every
leave the
time,
freezer
that's how you
open
know.
and you stand up and you're
Flip-flops.
like, I just hit my...
Yeah, on the freezer door.
You hit yourself on the freezer door and you're like, oh.
Frog frog. Yeah.
And then if Ian was in there, I'd be like, it really hurts. And, he'd be like, and then he goes, oh, and like comes at me and I'm like, you know, like,
You're
bring it on. Like,
help me.
and then I'm like, get off me, I'm done.
I'm fine now. I'm a
Now I'm
strong
okay.
woman.
Go back.
Fuck you.
Oh,
All right.
Sarah, that's too funny.
Sorry.
Oh, it's the worst. It's so horrible. And then because I was like 3 Jamesons in, and the kids were like, "What happened?" They came running out of the trailer and they were like, "What happened?" In the
We were
trailer.
like, "Did
Three
you guys
Jameson
just see
alarm
that?"
injury.
So they wanted to know what happened. They were like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" And I'm like, "Ow, ow, ow!" But I'm hysterical. Like I'm like gonna pee my pants. I'm beside myself laughing.
It's
'cause, like,
unbelievable.
it's literally unbelievable.
So you went, you'll never believe me.
I was like, I'm gonna tell you guys something I probably shouldn't tell you. You've got to promise not to tell anyone.
One time my mom got a smoke cut in her nose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Penny tells everyone everything
Yeah.
about our whole family. So, and I told my kids. And then later, Jacob brought it up at the dinner table the next day, and I totally lied. I was like, no, it was a stick. It was a stick. And he was like, I thought I heard you say a smoking. And I was like, nope, I said a stick. And
making
he's like, I thought you
marshmallows.
said a smoke. I was like, stick. Burning stick. Right at my nose. And he's like, huh. Thought it was a smoke. And like walked away. I was like, yep.
So the only other thing I wanted to make sure we covered, because predators are a big thing with getting into chickens, and
Damn,
Justine's
girl.
had a lot of run-ins. We've all had some run-ins.
We don't all have a self-locking door.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, me a little less.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Yeah. And I don't know what kind of animals are out here. I can't. My problem is
It's
when
coons,
I
man.
Googled what happened, but when I Googled it, because their heads were torn off. Like it was a vicious, they didn't eat it.
So you found your chickens.
Is it like a weasel?
It could
With
be
the
a
heads
weasel.
torn
It
off?
could be a skunk. It could be a raccoon.
skunks.
All of them behave that way.
Oh.
It's like they just want to take their life. Like they're just mean guys.
Yeah. They get like a bloodlust.
I've heard that raccoons will actually drink the blood.
It seemed like that happened one of the times, but it was like every day I would come in the coop and they would have been like pulled out of like a little hole.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Sometimes, oh my god, you have to be
I don't
careful.
know how
in your
some of them
chicken
got
coops.
out.
Yo,
But the animal takes them out.
some people,
fucking
when they
everywhere.
build their chicken coops, use chicken wire as a floor. If an animal can get underneath,
Smart.
a fucking raccoon will come and it will chew your alive chicken's leg off, and as much as it can eat through the hole and then leave, and your alive chicken will be
Whatever
half
the
eaten.
animal was, it was also doing it to my cats.
No.
I don't even think you want me to tell
It was
you
a fisher.
on this show what happened to
It
the
must have
cats
been a
because it's really
fisher.
sad and gory. But like it would just eat parts of things and then leave it alive.
Oh my
Well, you
God.
had that
Oh my
one
God.
kitten tripod.
No, his mom ate his foot.
Oh no!
No big deal.
Guys, I can't do this.
You're not okay right
I'm out. I'm fucking
tapping out. I'm tapping out. Tapping ad.
I'm tapping ad.
Yeah, no. So basically, it would kill a bunch of them, and then I would just find bodies everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't.
in the floor, and the bodies in the
I haven't experienced a big chicken loss like this yet, but I know it's coming.
It was like a
happens-
devastation.
it happens to everyone. Something comes and eats all their chickens.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
scary. But it's
And
like,
then like my dogs attacked one or two of
Yeah,
them.
I've had that.
weasels,
But she just like puts
fishers,
them under her hands.
cats, dogs,
Foxes,
raccoons,
bears. Bears ate Heidi's
bears,
chickens.
foxes, coyotes.
Coyotes in my neighbor saw a coyote just walk through my yard, pick up a chicken and leave with it.
Fast food.
Bye, thanks.
Yeah. See you. Oh, but hawks.
If you're able to lift
Hawks, yes.
Owls.
it. Really?
I have bird net over my run
You
because of a hawk in part.
Yeah.
So Justine, with your run-ins with predators, do you have any like words of wisdom for people to safeguard against?
Honestly, get them to bed before dark.
Yeah, that's it.
Is
man.
that the main thing?
Fucking
But
do
it's
it.
when it's bedtime, don't slack. Put them to bed.
Yeah, or you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
Oops.
And find the hole. Because I found the hole that he went in and I patched
Patch it up. You know, the other day, like about a week ago, I went out past sunset to put my birds away, and I heard a little scrabble, and I went down there, brought my dog, and I turned my flashlight on, and a big fat fucking raccoon ran out of the shed. Yeah. Everybody was fine. He'd obviously just gone in.
That's when they know to go. That's when they go.
Oh yeah, they know. They know it's open for business. It's like a food truck.
Like
down there.
nighttime is scary time for chickens. It's
Right.
cutthroat.
That shit is cutthroat.
It's a funny chicken joke.
It's cutthroat.
So Justine, do you have any new plugs?
Hair plugs, butt plugs, nose plugs, ear plugs.
Anything
I use
you'd like to
earplugs
plug?
every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
What do you use every night?
earplugs.
No.
I struggle to sleep. I have really bad anxiety, and I just go in circles like an alligator attacking something, and I
Yeah.
twist and I twist and I twist, and sometimes it knocks my things out of my ear, and then I'm like, oh, and I squeeze it, put it back in. So yeah, I'm all for plugs.
Yeah.
Let's plug it out. What?
The baby wants to be plugged into Sarah's breast.
this.
Plug them in, plug them in.
So yeah, you can find me on Instagram and on YouTube with my cousin. We're the Lifted Sisters. So look us up because we talk a lot about weed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sarah, where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook or Instagram, littlewritecrew.art. Melody.
You can find me at melodystarkweather.ca, and all of my social media stuff is there. I do art. I do paintings and drawings, portraits mostly.
You sure
And
do.
you
Sure
slay
do. Oh,
at
thanks.
potting.
Slay. How's
Thanks.
that song? Go? She slay. She's slay.
Because I slay. I
I
slay.
slay. Because
All
she
day.
slay. She slay. At the art.
I'm glad we finally brought
Okay.
Beyonce up. It's been long enough.
Oh my god, right?
Jesus. Every time I come here, we have to talk about her.
That's true.
I have to say something about Beyonce every time.
And you can find the show at teachmetigerpodcast.ca. But you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of the things.
All the things.
If you're enjoying the show, it would help us so much if you could share it around.
Do it.
Tell your friends. We'd
If
really
you share it and subscribe, we'll
Yep.
get Sarah to fart on every episode.
Every episode. And you guys know how I feel about farts.
She hates
Not
farts.
Good.
Please subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. That would really help us out, pals.
Palominos.
Yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and talking chickens. Justine,
It was fun.
you're fun.
Oh, you're thanking me?
Yeah.
Anytime, I'll come right back. I'm excited.
Are you going to come and talk ghosts with us in a couple episodes?
Yeah.
Awesome.
If I can feel like Beyonce twice a week, I'd appreciate it.
Well, we record
I'm
every-
referencing these really cool mics and things that we have on our heads that people can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We look and
Feel like I should
Beyonce.
maybe wear my Madonna glove for the
Yes.
ghost episode.
Yep,
Okay,
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 yep,
okay.
yep, yep.
Got it.
Do you have some ghost stories that you'll share
You
live
have
on air?
no idea.
I can't wait.
I'm going to terrify you. I'm going to terrify you.
Good.
And thanks to our listeners for listening, all 37 of
Thanks,
you.
tigers.
And remember,
It's
a jungle out
Jungle out there. I thought you wanted me to say something about a cock. And remember, cock-a-doodle don't. Put your dick away. The end.
The end.
Teach me, tiger, how to tease you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tiger, tiger, I wanna squeeze you. Whoa, 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 whoa. All of my love I will give to you, but teach me first, tiger, or I'll teach you.